Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. In this video, we have a little bit of a different camera angle because one of my cameras is giving me a hard time, but just deal with it. It's going to be cool. My other camera is working just fine. We're going to be talking about royals, Prince Andrew, and the Harkles. See you in a second. Welcome, Tarot fam. So we are going to be talking about Prince Andrew in the first half of this video. We're going to be talking about Meghan and Harry in the second half. So Prince Andrew, the reckoning reignites. I don't know why this guy keeps getting stuck in the muck. So we've got two big things going on with Prince Andrew. First thing is we've got Virginia Giuffre's posthumous memoir, Nobody's Girl, that is due to come out on October 21st, 2025. I will be doing a video a little bit later this week where we explore what is actually going on with that. So hopefully we will have some fun with that and we'll get some good things out of the card. So, it looks like my camera decided to come on. Hi guys. So this is a little bit better of an angle. I guess it just needed to warm up. It's a Tuesday after all. So the second big thing, we have Andrew Lownie's new biography entitled. It's already been stirring up a lot of controversy and drama about the Epstein ties. So let's take a look at some fun. And we're going to bring up the card view. As always, please hit that like button before we get to the card. So hope you guys are having a great start to your week. So let's giddy up, buttercup. So what unseen repercussions will Virginia Giuffre's memoir unleash for Andrew and the palace in the next 6 months? So we'll do Andrew up at the top and we will do the palace underneath. And as always, I am bedecked in my Otter Spirit intentional jewelry. This is an amazing jewelry company that you can get pieces, earrings, necklaces, rings that will enhance your vibrational values. So you can meditate all day long. This is going to pump you up just a little bit more. Link down below, Fortune 20. You can get 20% off on any of your purchases and let them know that I sent you over. So let's talk. What is it going to unleash about Andrew? I think even though Virginia Giuffre had a very negative view of Prince Andrew, I do think that there are going to be some thoughts and speculations on his behavior. He will be characterized and framed as polite and generous. It's almost as if the book suggests that he had been positioned to take advantage of Virginia so it could make him look bad. So the whole blackmailing story, I think, is something that is going to reignite in the release of this book. So I do think we're going to see that. So what we have is that, strength, I do think he was reserved at times. King of Cups, very polite. I think the suggestion that Prince Andrew, this was data and information engineered to possibly have something on him. I think we're going to see that. Three of Wands, I do think that we're going to see a pass on him, that he did not fully appreciate what was going on with the whole Epstein thing, and that he was powerless, and whatever power he did had was being removed from him. For the royal family, again, this is what unseen repercussions. I do think that they are losing a player in the royal family. This is possibly a chipping away at the stone that we're going to see that their judgment is bad because of the cloistered environment that they're in. And this is now put their back against the wall. So let's clean up our real estate. And guys, I am using the Legend of Sleepy Hollow Tarot. This is going to be my go-to deck for the spooky season. And just a reminder, we are fully in the spooky season. It starts the middle of August for me and goes all the way to the end of October. And we have summer pricing through the end of the month. You can book your readings all through the spooky season at a reduced rate if you book them before the end of the month. So, damage control. What is the firm's real strategy versus the public one? So we're going to have the real strategy over here with Andrew and the public one that we're actually seeing. So what is the real strategy? The real strategy is to just kind of bury this whole story. You didn't see what you think you saw. You don't know what you think you know. Public one. He's dead to us. We have stuck him out in his own. 10 of Wands. He is a useless character. So we are kind of burying our heads in the sand on the whole Andrew situation. What's going to happen with Andrew's living situation as a result of all of this media publication attention? What's going to happen with Royal Lodge? I know I've done readings on Royal Lodge, and it looks like he is just going to stay there. The eviction did not take place. Royal Lodge, 2 of Swords. They are still considering what to do with him. Ace of Cups, Page of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, and 9 of Swords. Let me see here. King of Cups. I think that they are going to make that living situation a little different. I think they are going to make it more uncomfortable. The business of not being able to make the corrections, the updating and restorations that are that are necessary for a property like that. If you've ever owned a historic home, I grew up in a historic home. There is a lot of work that goes into that, and there is a lot of maintenance and upkeep. Those kinds of homes have really good bones because they are built with ancient lumber. So one of the things that you guys should know is that the lumber that we grow now is typically not as hard as some of the older woods that you'll see in some of these historic homes. There's a lot of information on that out there. So older homes are tending to be built with much stronger materials, heavier woods and things like that. You'll find in some historic homes they have wood flooring or paneling that is no longer available. It is either restricted for usage and harvesting, or just not available anymore. It just doesn't grow that way anymore. So I think that they are going to really press him on that, and they are not going to afford him any funding to make corrections to Royal Lodge. I know he's still there. I know they've said that they're going to keep him there. He's got like 75-year lease, but I think that there's going to be some things that come up as a result of this. I don't think Andrew's going to be happy with the results. I think it really will be, well, here is a bill for all of the work that we need to do to preserve this historic structure. And if you can't match that bill, well, we're going to have to come to some other conclusion. I do have a feeling there's going to be others put into the property. So I don't know if the king is going to install his own staffing in there, or his own maintenance staff. I have a feeling it's going to be something like that. And any impediment to doing work, whether, Andrew wants to sleep in or what. I know he had a problem with those speed bumps. I think we'll go directly to the king. So, how is his public status shifting as a result of these books? The Empress. Ten of Cups in reverse. This is something that he just can't correct. They can't course correct on it. He's going to have to fade into the distance, appear occasionally, and he will always be wearing the scarlet letter, unfortunately, guys. That's really just the case with him. What truth wants to bubble up to the surface of this whole situation? What truth wants to bubble up to the surface? So Hangman, 9 of Cups and 7 of Cups in reverse. Or I'm sorry, 8 of Cups in reverse. 8 of Cups in reverse. Still learning this deck. What wants to bubble to the surface is the culpability as a result of being so blessed in the royal family and not being able to escape being a public pampered profile that escaped out into the real world. We're seeing this. Everyone talks about, are Harry and Meghan the reincarnation of the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, the reincarnation of Henry and Anne Boleyn. I think we're seeing a recurrence of an archetype of the second-born son in the royal family, the useless successor, because again, Andrew got buried. The more children that the king had, the Prince of Wales at the time, the further that spare gets buried. And this is a normal occurrence, apparently, with the spare. I'm going to have to do some research. I mean, I know my English history, but I usually pay attention to the primary players. I want to look at some of the second sons and see how many of them kind of went into this circumstance. So stay tuned for that. I'll pull some second sons, and notwithstanding Queen Elizabeth's father, but I'm going to pull some second sons that stayed the course as second sons and see if there is a recurrence of this, because perhaps we have a whole new archetype of privilege without responsibility. I think it's going to be kind of neat. So we'll take a look at that. So I do think that we're going to see Prince Andrew almost as a victim. The profile, his personal profile, is going to be that of a victim of his circumstance, that he really should have been kept in a gilded cage, and going out into the real world is dangerous because you're going to be taken advantage of by wannabes, sycophants, and shady people. Shady people. What wants to stay buried about Andrew? King of Pentacles, the Moon, and the King of Swords. Now, this is his jerkiness. This is his privilege and his sharp tongue. Does he have some interesting ideas to contribute? I don't know if he has really applied himself in that department. I don't know if he's really offered that up. We did see him make some critical, terrible mistakes in the interview that he did, that he claimed that he couldn't sweat, which is just bizarre times 10. Also that he was never, ever with that girl. The photo was faked. With AI, with Photoshop, remember that old chestnut Photoshop. Yes, there are some issues with developing pictures and creating AI pictures. A lot of us are aware of that. And they are quite lifelike and realistic. Now, I think Andrew has had some interesting ideas as a result of his privilege, but they don't really translate to the real world. So that something that is staying buried is his ability to have some curious and interesting ideas. So let's wrap it up. So how is the House of York going to fare 5 years from now? The girls are doing so much. The princesses are doing so much to kind of correct what's going on. But the House of York, does it crumble? Does it crumble in the next 5 years? You ready, guys? Oh, we got 2 cards. No, it does not. It does not. Here's my thing. 3 of wands in reverse, 6 of wands. There's a lot of wands here. 4 of wands in that suitcase position. The knight of wands in reverse. They have to pipe down for a little bit of time. Then we also have the 5 of wands down here. They have to, oh, I just realized it's all wands. They have to pipe down. They have to be quiet for a little bit. And perhaps the next generation will be able to marry well and move in some better circles. But for now, for the next 5 years, they've got to pipe down. They've got to not make a lot of statements. They can show up at events, but keep quiet. In the future, they can make a little bit more conversation. They can talk a little bit more. I think this may also lean into being posthumous after Andrew's gone. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to be gone in 5 years, but I think once he has made his full circuit, I think that we will be able to have the girls step up a little bit more. Perhaps William will do that, but that is for another reading. So I do hope that you all enjoyed this. Stick around because you're going to get part 2, and we are going to be talking about the Sussex and the Wales, the PR chess that's going on at the end of the summer. We are there August 26th. I do hope the royal family is having a great time up at Balmoral. I would stick needles in my eyes to get that invitation. So thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, my summer sales are ending at the end of the month. And if you want to get your own intentional jewelry from Otter Spirit, you can link down below and get 20% off with Fortune 20 as your discount code. So I hope to see you guys later. I will talk to you soon.